Hey guys, real quick before the video starts, I have to apologize. I forgot to turn on my microphone. So it's a little bit of a different video. Okay, I don't know what my dogs are barking at. But yeah, so there will be a voiceover. It's going to be a little bit different. So here is a video of what I'm doing with Polo on the hottest, blazing hot day, uh, July 1st. So here we go. Okay, so here I am talking to myself apparently, and I don't know what I'm saying here. I'm probably saying something about how when it's this hot, there is no reason to ride. We're going to focus on groundwork. This is Polo. He has done some of these exercises, but it's been quite a while since he has really had to do any groundwork. I have never really been taught specifically groundwork, so I am no expert, but I have watched a lot of videos recently and read some books. And so, although I'm not an expert at any of this, I feel like from decades of riding and being around horses, I feel like I have a pretty good handle on horse communication, horse language, I guess. So I'll just kind of walk you through what I think I'm doing here. So here I'm trying to work on what Warwick Schiller calls cognitive behavioral therapy for horses. And so I'm trying to make it so that Polo can go from being up in his energy to being able to regulate himself and his state of mind. So there he got up, but he wasn't able to come back down as quickly as I would have hoped. So I put pressure on and tried again. And there I took the pressure off, and he's like, oh, yeah, okay, this is not a big deal. I'm totally chill again. So basically, I'm just trying to build some resilience so that if my horses get in a worked up state of mind, they are well practiced in bringing themselves back down. So I'm pretty sure that's what I'm talking about here. I'm really bummed because I talked through every step of this and then came back to just do some final editing on it. And there was nothing, no sound at all. So I'm going to put it out there anyway, just because. Uh, just because. So, like I said, I'm no expert at this. So if you want to comment and say I did something wrong, that's fine. I would prefer helpful criticism if you're going to criticize, but I'll also take any kind of encouragement. That's always beneficial. So who knows what I'm saying here, but look at how chill Polo is after being worked a little bit. And here I'm gonna try it again. And he goes right back down to his normal chill self. There we go. So the main reason that I want to do this, other than, I mean, it's just good to have basic groundwork skills, but as we start progressing and going to lessons and clinics and off-property things, I want my horses to know that even if they get worked up, they are capable of bringing themselves back down. So self-regulation is kind of the main goal of this stuff, in addition to just being tolerant of different things. I just think that it develops a stronger relationship between the rider and their horses. So that is what I am trying to do here. I'm really sad that the video, it didn't zoom in as much as I hoped it would, but when I was talking, I would point out every time that he was licking and chewing and just um, clearly relaxed. And so here I am working on our ground tying skills, which is not something that Polo had really learned until a couple days ago. We started doing it. So, good boy. He stood there, he didn't move. And now I've got a plastic bag on a stick, and I'm just testing out his ground tying. So he is free. He can go anywhere he wants at this point if the bag is bothering him. And I would allow him to make a mistake and then I would correct it. But he apparently doesn't care in the slightest about the bag. So we have worked with that in the past. And yeah, he doesn't care. So here I'm just trying to get him to relax even a little bit more and just kind of go into a moment of zen. Now, this horse, luckily, he just has the brain for this. He is so chill and so confident in himself and his surroundings. I got him as a 3-year-old, but we really didn't do a whole lot of stuff until a few months ago. And then he has had the last 2 months off, um, based on some things I discussed in the last video. But yeah, we're basically starting over. So that's why I'm just, even though the voiceover isn't going to match everything that we're doing, I'm just going to put it out there that this is, this is kind of how I'm going to start bringing him back into work. Just make sure that we are connected and he trusts me. So here he's just, I'm putting it in front of him down below. And, a lot of times horses will really freak out about that because they can't really see it. They can just hear it moving across the ground. So he didn't even bother to look at it. He didn't move his feet. He is just an all around confident, relaxed guy. All right, this is a new flag that I got that he hasn't seen. It's I love the USA flag. The 4th of July is coming up in a couple of days. So happy 4th to my American friends. Oh, okay, so he didn't care about the flag. And then he took a couple of steps to move forward out of his ground tied position. And I let him make that mistake. So he took a couple of steps. And maybe I should have committed or let him commit to it and move further and then really correct him. But one, my timing was probably off. And by the time he stopped so easily that I didn't really uh, feel it warranted any more pressure than me just backing him up a couple steps. And maybe I'm wrong. Let me know. Uh, so here we're just doing an umbrella. He has seen the umbrella before. Makes a lot of noise. Kind of pops open. Moves around funny. Over his head. Again, no worries. I can ride with an umbrella anytime and he's probably not going to care. I won't have to do that anytime soon because it is dreadful, dreadfully hot outside right now. I wish it would rain, even though that would make the humidity even worse than it already is. But if I had to ride with an umbrella, I certainly could. And then here I am adding in motion to the quote unquote scary object. Yeah, I can't remember if it was Warwick Schiller or, oh, here he goes, or Ryan Rose on YouTube that talked about how things change when you add movement to it. So that's what I was trying to do with the umbrella. And then here, he stepped away from his ground tide position, and my timing, I was able to get after him after he fully committed to it. So I added pressure, and then I put him back to where I wanted him to be, which is the release. And now he's like, oh, okay, this is definitely better. So yeah, here I think I'm adding movement again, um, just to make sure that he's not just stuck in, or maybe the word is, so he's not just stoic in his standing still with stuff, and adding movement, him moving and the object moving, they can put two and two together and still remain in that Zen mode. And he clearly is passing this test. Now, one of the things when I started working for a trainer, probably about 25 years ago, he did a lot of things that were just maybe a little bit more old school. And he would tie bags to the saddle and let the horses run around and freak themselves out and just keep running until they decided to stop. I understand the principles behind that, I suppose, but it's harder for them to find the release in that if the bags are tied to their saddle and they just keep running and running. And I would be concerned that that would lead to a more learned helplessness type situation. And that's not what I want for my horses. I want them to be able to think things through, like, okay, this is scary, but if I calm down, the pressure will go away. So this is a plastic water bottle that I'm making a lot of noise with, which you can't hear. And I'm actually apologizing for the sound that it's making in the microphone that unfortunately was not even on. But the sound is could be interpreted as scary. Now, he didn't really care about that until I came up a little too close without any kind of warning at all, and then he kind of backed off. But for the most part, he didn't care. I really like this here that he's ground tied and I'm able to walk off, get the tarp, move the tarp around, and he's just staying exactly where I put him. Now, I doubt that I could do this out in the open yet, but um, maybe someday. So I will continue working on this stuff uh, throughout his life just to kind of test his resiliency. So Polo has done work with the tarp in the past, but it's been a really long time. So I was pretty impressed that he just walked right across it. And, of course, most of us know that when you have them walk across the tarp or you walk across the tarp, the sand hits it and makes a lot of noise. And sometimes that can be really spooky. So, Polo being Polo, he's like, I do not care. Now, I don't know what his training was like before he went to the track, but I suspect it was very good. Or he just truly does have the mind that is like whatever. Or it might be both, but he's just never cared about most things. There, I think I'm trying to get him to find the release just standing on the tarp, and I think right there I was trying to get him to sort of move his hind end over to stand on it, and he didn't want to cross his hind legs because it was kind of getting caught on the tarp. But uh, as you can see, he's perfectly happy to stand on it, walk on it, do whatever. I also wonder, I got him as a 3-year-old and he only raced twice. So his little baby brain was just a complete blank slate. And I've spent a year with him building my relationship, and maybe that's a huge part of the mix here of why he's just like, oh, whatever. But so now he's ground tied on the tarp. So I'm pretty impressed with him. What a good boy. What a good boy. All right. So I think just a couple more things that we're going to test out here. Guys, I know that many of us across the world are dealing with heat, and I hope you're all being safe. You can tell the back of my shirt is like completely soaked through. And this is at 7 in the morning, so it's going to be a long day. That's why I'm in here doing the voiceover in the air conditioning. But yeah, hopefully you and your horses are doing well, because this is not for the faint of heart, that's for sure. Who knows what I'm babbling on about here. Oh, we're gonna try this. I'm throwing a lunge rope all around him, which he is super used to. I mean, I long line him. But the object here is I'm trying to get him to yield to the pressure on his nose and follow that pressure. And there we go. This horse cracks me up. He's just He's so, I don't know. I don't consider him super smart, but he is so sweet and he always tries. And he's just such a good mixture of, there we go, good job. A good mixture of being maybe not the smartest, and he's definitely the most chill horse I've ever had, but he's also very responsive. So, like, when I ride him, he's not like a kick ride where I have to constantly be like, come on, come on, come on. But his brain is just so good. So, yeah, he's going to be so fun, guys. And if you remember, or if you're new here, uh, this is the one that the goal for him is this coming winter season, 2027. My goal for him is we are going to go to Aiken, South Carolina for a few months and get some immersive training because it's so hard to find help around here. So we're going down there to get some training and hopefully enter our first recognized event. So that is the goal for me and Polo. So if you are interested in following our journey, it'd mean a lot if you liked and subscribed to the channel. It's one easy click, or two clicks, I guess. Like and subscribe, maybe even a comment. Tell me your thoughts on what I'm doing wrong or right and what you're working on. And I will cheer you on and you can follow my journey. So if you're interested, it means a lot. Like and subscribe. And I haven't ever done a video quite like this before, but that's usually because I have my microphone turned on. So, and I don't do a lot of groundwork videos. Actually, I don't know if I've ever done a groundwork video because my main goal has always been to ride. But this is fun, and since it's 1,000 degrees outside, it seemed like a good day for it. So he passed that test of following the pressure on the halter to figure out that puzzle and turn himself around. That's one that I got from Ryan Rose on YouTube. I think he does a really good job. And then here we're just kind of testing out to a little bit higher degree about the tarp, having it on him. Now, my horses are used to wearing blankets, so they're used to having stuff on them like that, but it makes noise and it kind of slides around funny. So, like I said before, here I'm adding movement to the so-called pressure, and he is, as far as I can tell, he is falling asleep. So there is no point in doing anything more than that with the tarp on him. I would say that his nervous system is quite regulated right now. Yeah. And here, yeah, this is another thing that um, I don't know. I picked up in a few different places, but I want him to follow the scary thing. So he's showing he's very curious about it, and he is not afraid to just follow it. And I think here he is going to step over it again, just show that if we're ever out in the wild and there's a tarp laying around, we're going to probably be just fine. All right, so here I'm just doing, uh, trying to release that muscle. Um, this part, I'm going to have to go back and look to see what the method is called and what the muscle is called. It's something I played around with years ago, but I haven't really touched base with it. But I'm trying to get him to even a deeper place of relaxation and releasing of this, oh, brachial muscle. I don't know. I'll have to go back and look at it. I'll put the information on that down below in the description. Um, I think it's a really good program to find a little bit deeper connection with your horses and release their muscles and also develop the thoracic sling muscles. So I apologize for not remembering the name of it, but I will put it in the description below. So the bugs are getting bad. It's really hot. And there, I'm pretty sure this is where we're ending. And I would say that he passed every test quite well and is definitely in a pretty good state of mind. So anyway, guys, I think that's the end of it. So thank you for watching. I know it's a little bit different kind of video, but I'm going to go ahead and put it up there just in case it resonates with everybody. So I will see you next time. I'm actually going to, I did the same exercises with the new horse Percy today. So I'm going to put that out as a part 2. And so it'll be kind of fun to compare how one horse does things versus the other horse. But anyway, thanks for watching. And don't forget to like and subscribe. It really helps. And I will see you next time. Bye.